Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. If Port Charles isn't the place to be right now, then I don't know where else it is. If you missed General Hospital, Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, has only been back in town for a matter of hours, but he is covering a lot of ground. Christina Corinthos, Kate Mansi, stopped by to catch up with her brother. The main topic for discussion was Michael's custody case with Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen. Christina suggests that her brother not go easy on his ex, and Michael says that he has no intention of it. He now understands that Willow chose to destroy their family and that their kids aren't emotionally safe with her. Laura Collins, Jenny Francis, arrived at Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn office with questions about Ace's inheritance. She receives monthly statements and didn't understand why $10 million would be missing from his account. Alexis thinks on her feet and tells Laura that she has decided to diversify Ace's portfolio by moving money to a dollars fund. Laura is shocked that Alexis is doing anything more than babysitting the account and thanks her for her due diligence. Right after Laura leaves, Marco Rios, Adrian Ancondo, appears with questions about the file. He warns Alexis that the Dolos Fund has only existed for a month and looks like it may be in use for money laundering. The internet is alive with viral footage from the nurses' ball, and Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, wants to know the truth about Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Massa. He asks Lulu Spencer, Alexa Heavens, if Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, is really Gio's dad, just as he is walking in the door. Dante tells Rocco that he and Gio are brothers and fills him in on the little bit that he is sure of. Lulu admits that Gio learned the truth while overhearing her conversation with Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofa, and Rocco seems to grasp the gravity of that more than she does. Dante admits that he is still trying to figure things out, and that he will fill him in on things as he understands them. After weeks of withholding the truth from Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, finally decided to come clean. He tells her that Christina caused the car accident that she was in with Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, by cutting the brakes. He explains that Christina thought that it was Ava Jerome's Mora West car when she did it, and that she was horrified when she realized that it was actually Rick's car. Lucky explains that after seeing Christina that night, he believed that she was genuinely guilty and that she would never do anything like that again. Since he didn't come forward immediately, he would now be considered an accessory if he went to the police. Liz thinks about the trickle-down effect of all of the lives that would be affected if she were to go to the police, and agrees to also stay quiet. Lucky tells Liz that he filled her in because he wants to be worthy of her trust. After Lucky goes to the kitchen, Liz spots a black ring box where he had been sitting. Gio has returned to Port Charles, and his first stop is at Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. He tells him that he has questions, and Sonny tells him that he will answer what he can. Sonny tells Gio that he didn't know that they were related, and that he has taken care of him because Gio is special. He reminds Gio that he didn't know that Dante was his son until about a decade ago, so he couldn't possibly have been in on the secret from the beginning. Sonny tells Gio that it took him years to get closer to Dante, but he knows that he is a great father. Gio insists that Dante doesn't like him at all, and Sonny suggests that he give it time. Sonny tells Gio that he will always be there for him, and offers him a place to stay. Gio tells him that he isn't sure where he is going next, but that he needs to do it on his own. After Gio leaves, Dan shows up in need of advice. Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, and Lois are in the Kia's kitchen going rounds over Gio, when Gloria, Ellen Travolta, walks in furious. She yells at Brooke Lynn and tells her that Lois deserves respect, before then scolding her for stressing out her mother. The two insist that they did the right thing by hiding Gio in plain sight, which makes BLQ completely lose it. When Gio's adoptive mother died, he was just 12, And by that time, Brooklyn was an adult and could have stepped up. Instead, they stayed quiet and spared her the opportunity to comfort her son. Gloria believes that she should thank them for finding Gio a home, and BLK says that she will never forgive them for the lies. She says that she knew while growing up that the Quartermains weren't safe for her to be around, but she never expected her own family to betray her. She can't bear to think of Gio with nowhere to go and no one to trust, and as she says that, he walks into the kitchen. Things are about to explode in Port Charles as secrets collide, old wounds reopen, and trust is pushed to the brink. Elizabeth Weber is left absolutely stunned after uncovering a shocking truth that could change everything she thought she knew. Meanwhile, Marco is quietly watching Alexis Davis and growing increasingly suspicious of her intentions. As he puts the pieces together, Alexis may find herself caught in a trap she didn't see coming. And young Gio, finally stepping out of the shadows of his past, is starting to ask questions Sonny Corinthos never expected, and some he may not be prepared to answer. Tuesday's episode unleashes a storm of emotion, betrayal, and growing tension that may permanently shift the dynamics in Port Charles. Elizabeth Weber has been a rock for so many people in Port Charles, often putting others before herself. But this week, the tables turn. A surprise hospital file, a piece of mail left on her desk, or an overheard conversation sends Liz spiraling into disbelief. Spoilers tease that the revelation could involve a paternity secret, a long-lost connection to one of her children, or a reemergence of someone from her past. Whispers around GH suggest that the name Jeff Weber resurfaces in connection with a patient or even a lawsuit involving the hospital, which leaves Liz stunned and furious. Her trust in her father had already been shattered, but this latest development may reopen emotional wounds she worked so hard to bury. But it's not just the past that's haunting Liz. It's the possibility that she's been manipulated or kept in the dark once again. Her confrontation with Finn is bound to be emotionally charged, especially if he knew more than he let on. And if Laura or even Tracy has had their hands in covering something up for the greater good, Liz might walk away from everything. Her loyalty has limits, and for the first time in a long time, she may be done playing the peacekeeper. As she reevaluates her place at the hospital and in her relationships, a new side of Liz may emerge, one with sharper edges and a stronger voice. But with so much chaos around her, will she find solid ground before she completely breaks? Elsewhere in Port Charles, Marco is stepping up as more than just an observant new face. He's been keeping a close eye on Alexis Davis, and his instincts are starting to scream that something doesn't add up. While Alexis claims she's focused solely on her work with the invader, Marco notices discrepancies in her behavior. Missing phone calls, secret meetings, and growing tension whenever he asks too many questions. It doesn't take long before Marco begins digging on his own, and what he finds sends up even more red flags. Could Alexis be harboring a secret connected to someone dangerous, or is she protecting someone who doesn't deserve it? Sources say Marco may stumble upon an email, text chain, or paper trail that links Alexis to a legal case or cover-up involving Nicholas Casadine, or worse, something connected to Helena's legacy that threatens to resurface. He's walking a fine line between protecting Alexis and exposing her, and it's clear that the two share a complicated chemistry that makes this more than just a professional entanglement. When Marco finally confronts her, Alexis may be forced to admit that she's keeping more than one secret, and that trusting him could be her only way out. But with his law enforcement background and a growing list of questions, Marco won't back down until he gets the whole truth. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos is facing a challenge he didn't expect, one that doesn't come from an enemy or a rival, but from within his own circle. Gio is growing up fast, and with his new job at the coffee warehouse and his proximity to Sonny's world, he's starting to see things in a new light. This week, Gio finds himself in a situation where Sonny's rules don't quite make sense. Maybe it's a shipment that doesn't add up, or a conversation between Dex and Brick that raises too many questions. Whatever the case, Gio is done staying silent. When he confronts Sonny, respectfully, but firmly, it catches the Don off guard. Sonny has always protected Gio, perhaps even seeing a younger version of himself in the boy. But now, Gio wants answers. Why are there things he can't know? Why are people afraid to speak openly in front of him? And most importantly, what does Sonny really do when no one's watching? The questions hit hard, and while Sonny tries to brush them off as part of keeping the family safe, Gio isn't satisfied with vague reassurances. He wants clarity. He wants honesty. And he's not going to stop digging until he gets it. This new boldness from Gio could put him at odds not only with Sonny, but with others who've been in the organization far longer, people who see questions as threats. Sonny finds himself torn between his paternal instincts and the hard truths of the business he's built. Will he draw Gio in closer with honesty, or will he shut him out to protect the facade? Either choice comes with consequences. As the tension escalates, ripple effects are felt across Port Charles. Diane warns Alexis that Marco may be more than just curious. He could be a liability. Laura continues to push back against whispers about Nicholas, determined to clean up her family's name, even if it means making sacrifices. Meanwhile, Anna stumbles across a piece of intel that connects several loose threads, including why Rick Lansing has suddenly gone quiet, and what Ava may be hiding about Mason's final days. Back at General Hospital, TJ and Portia begin to realize that a patient's mysterious symptoms may not be medical at all, but tied to a string of poisonings that haven't been fully explained. And when Curtis gets involved, he's forced to reckon with the idea that the threat to their family may not be over. As for Liz, her next steps may define her future. She could dig deeper, determined to learn what's been kept from her. Or she might retreat entirely, cutting ties with the hospital, with Finn, and with any reminders of her past. If she makes a bold move, perhaps even leaving Port Charles temporarily, it would send shockwaves through every storyline she's connected to. Gio's challenge to Sonny might feel like a small moment, but it's a signal of something much larger to come. Once people start asking questions inside Sonny's world, the walls begin to crack. And if Gio keeps pulling at the threads, he may expose something Sonny's worked years to protect. Could this be the beginning of the end of Sonny's reign, or just another test of loyalty that will only make him stronger? Marco and Alexis too sit at a dangerous crossroads. If they can find a way to trust each other, they might become a powerful team, professionally and personally. But if either one lies to the other, it could trigger a fallout that touches everything from the invader's future to the DA's office to the Casadine estate. This week's drama builds to a slow, simmering explosion, with characters pushed to the edge and secrets threatening to spill. No one is safe, and no storyline is isolated. It's all connected. The past, the present, and whatever future still remains in Port Charles. It's all about to collide. Liz, Marco, Alexis, Gio, Sonny. What they decide next could rewrite everything. Stay tuned. The real game is just beginning. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.